Okay. So this is the cost. 18,000 plus 30,000. 18,000 plus 30,000 plus 21,000 plus 13,000 minus 14,000, that gives you 68,000. 68,000. So COGM is 68,000. What is your cost of sales? Then you have 68,000 here. Okay, what is your finished good? Finished good, opening is 20, closing is 18. 2018. 20,000 plus minus 18,000. So that gives you your cost of sales 20,000 plus 68 minus 18. 20 plus 68 minus 18, 70,000. 70,000. Yeah, 70,000. Okay. Your total manufacturing cost. Total manufacturing cost is equal to DM plus DL plus FO. So it's going to be 18,000 plus 30,000 plus 21,000. Do you get it correct? 18 plus 30 plus 21. So 69,000. 69,000. So let me put the answer here first. My answer, direct material total manufacturing cost is 69,000. 69,000 by 69,000. This one is 68,000 COGM. 68,000. 68,000. Your cost of sale. Your cost of sale is 70,000. 70,000. 70,000. And then your gross profit. Your gross profit is sale minus, that will be 38,000. Your gross profit is 38. So I think that's it. Let me check whether I did it correctly or not. Yeah. Let me just click that one, and the system will help you. We'll move to the next page and give you the right answer. Edit quiz. This is the first one. Review. Fill in the correct answer. I think there's something wrong with my formula there. Yeah, something wrong with my formula there. I'll go and check it again. I'll go and check it again, yeah. I think there's some wrong with my programming part. Because, no problem, because, yeah, the programming part, let me see what is the reason. The direct material, direct labor, where is direct material? Okay, can you try it again later? I will correct the formula, the programming. Yeah, seems like it captured the wrong answer. Do anyone got it right? No, I think there's something wrong with the formula. Yeah, yeah. Let me repeat again. The formula that you must know is the first one is direct material. The formula is raw material plus purchases, raw material opening plus purchases minus raw material closing. Raw material closing. Okay. Direct material is equal to raw material opening plus purchases minus raw material closing. Okay. Second, for cost of goods manufactured, the formula is direct material plus direct labor plus factory overhead. So factory overhead is only including the factory expenses. So admin expense cannot be included, income tax expense cannot be included, yeah, advertising expense cannot be included here, plus WIP, work in process or work in progress opening. This is the inventory, work in progress inventory opening minus work in progress, yeah, inventory closing. Yeah. So this will give you cost of goods manufactured. For gross profit, yes, the formula for gross profit, yeah, sure. For cost of sale, the formula is finished good FG plus opening finished good opening plus cost of good manufactured minus finished good closing. Finished good closing. Okay, there is additional question asked there. Total manufacturing cost, direct material plus direct labor plus factory overhead. Factory overhead is anything to do with factory. We have factory depreciation and factory indirect labor and indirect labor. So this is total manufacturing. For gross profit, what is the formula? Thank you so much for helping me answer. The formula is sales minus cost of sales. Cost of sale. So this gives you gross profit. There are some errors in the formula in the algorithm for the question. So I will try to fix it tonight, and you can try again the question tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. Okay. Okay, there's one question that you can try. There are uh, let me show you other thing that you can try. That is, there are 5 questions there. 5 questions like this. On top of that, on top of this, you also have the self-study practices number 2 and number 3. You can try this also. If there is any error or you cannot run properly, just let me know. This is where you have to use your mathematical arguments. How to fill in the blank? You need to fill in the blank with the correct answer. Yeah, fill in the blank with the correct answer. You can try this as well. You can try this as well. Okay, you have 2 set of this. You can try this as well. Yeah. Yeah, you have to do it quickly because next week we are going to do different topics. Next week we're going to do different topic. I'm not going to discuss the topic of manufacturing next week. So it's going to be a new things next week. Okay. Okay, let me continue with the lecture. Okay. So this is the formula that you must know. This is the statement. Okay, next is about the income statement. Normally in income statement, we have sales revenue. Yeah, we have revenue and then we have expenses. Sales revenue minus, we have also selling and distribution expense, administrative expense, finance, and other expense, income tax are all treated as the same. Yeah, this is the normal one. Okay. So this is the formula that I showed you before this. Cost of good manufactured, cost of good manufactured, direct material plus direct labor plus factory overhead plus beginning work in process inventory minus ending work in process inventory. So this help you to determine your cost of good manufactured. And this is the report here. If you look here in the manufacturing statement, we still have your sales, and then we have finished good opening plus cost of good manufactured. Cost of good manufactured. Compared to the retail type of business, they have net purchases. Net purchases. So cost of good manufactured statement is prepared to show the calculation of the cost of good manufactured reported in the income statement. So this is the detail. I did explain to you all that it start with direct labor. We start with direct labor. This is our direct labor. Then we have direct, direct material. Direct material. Then we have a direct labor and factory overhead. Factory overhead. Okay, direct material plus direct labor plus factory overhead, that give you manufacturing cost, total manufacturing cost, total manufacturing cost, manufacturing cost. Then you plus WIP, this is post WIP plus beginning WIP minus closing WIP, then you will get cost of goods manufactured, COGM. So for today's lecture, you must know how to determine cost of goods manufactured. Cost of goods manufactured. Yeah. Okay. How about the balance sheet? The balance sheet of retail entity show only one type of inventory, that is finished good. If you sell car, then you have if okay, there's a one question whether what should we go we do with the income tax. Income tax will be the last part. Okay, the last part. When you calculate the sales minus your cost of sale, you get your gross profit. Then you minus all expenses, then you get net profit. Net profit, then you pay tax, minus tax here, minus tax, minus tax. So in order to determine your cost of sale or cost of goods manufactured, you're not going to include tax. Why? Because the tax is after net profit. Yeah. If you make loss, so you won't pay tax. Tax is based on profit. Based on profit. Okay. Yeah. Your aim here is to determine the cost of sales. To know the cost of sale, you must know COGM. Yeah. To know the COGM, you must know your direct labor, direct material, your factory overhead, WIP. Yeah, WIP. Net. This one plus changes in finished good. Okay, so this is the flow. The flow. So for balance sheet of retail, we only have one type of inventory, that is finished good. Whereas for manufacturing, we have many types of inventory. We have three types inventory. Inventory, we have three types. The first one is raw material. Second is WIP. Third is finished good. three types of inventory. If you involved in business producing cakes, so the flour, the dough, and the ready, delicious, yummy cake. So you have three types of inventory: raw material, work in process, and finished good. And finished good. So this is the example of balance sheet. For retail, we only have one inventory here, one inventory. But for manufacturing, we still have inventory, but we have three classes of inventory: finished good, work in process, and raw material. And raw material. And raw materials. Yeah. Okay. So accounting system consideration, the basic account use asset, liability and equity, income and expenses in service and retail entities are also needed in manufacturing. In manufacturing, we also classify things into asset, liability, equity, income and expenses. So the additional account need for manufacturing is cost, yeah, is account to calculate the cost of sales, yeah, to determine the cost of good manufactured, so we are able to determine what is the product cost, yeah, involved. So a manufacturing entity must decide between a periodic and perpetual inventory system in accounting for manufacturing costs. So this is what we did before, whether you're going to use periodic or perpetual inventory system. Yeah, we did discuss that during AQ 101. What is periodic? A small manufacturing business may be able to use periodic inventory system. We don't keep track any changes, any increase or decrease in the inventory. We do stock take at the end of accounting period to determine the balance of your inventory. So this is periodic. Periodic, yeah? Periodic. Okay. So the additional account required with periodic inventory in manufacturing operation, you will need the raw material inventory, raw material purchases, work in process inventory, and also finished good. This is if you use periodic. Periodic, you're going to do stock count every year, every every year. This one we do not date changes in inventories. Inventories. Yeah, inventories. Okay. So the additional account required is we have to manufacturing plant and equipment, factory payroll, factory overhead, and manufacturing summary. So we need to distinguish our payroll, our wages to the factory employees than other employees. So we need to distinguish, for example, rental. In terms of rental, so how many percent goes to the office, selling office, which one, what are the percentage of the factory. So we need to determine our factory overhead, direct labor. So direct labor means employees that directly work in the factory to produce the finished good. So we have to distinguish more detailed, more specific account for them. Okay. So worksheet for manufacturing entity, the worksheet for non-manufacturing entity can be adapted easily by using manufacturing entity. The two additional columns are required to record the financial data in the cost of manufacturing. Last time we used 10 column worksheet, still remember? We have this trial balance, yeah, we have trial balance, then we have adjustment, then we adjusted trial balance, then income statement and balance sheet. And balance sheet. Okay, balance sheet. Now we still have that one, trial balance, adjustment, adjusted trial balance, and then we are going to determine our cost of good manufactured, then income statement, and then balance sheet. But we are not going to do that. We are not going to do this in our class or quizzes. This is just information to you. How we're going to modify our worksheet for the purpose in calculating the cost of goods manufactured. Okay. Okay. So the end of the period adjustment are made in the adjustment column, and the cost of good manufactured information is recorded in manufacturing column. We have one column, call it as manufacturing column. When I did my undergraduate, they call it manufacturing account. Manufacturing accounts. Okay, closing entry for manufacturing entity. The account balances that are used to determine the cost of good manufactured are close to the manufacturing summary account, which is then close to profit and loss summary account. From the manufacturing accounts, we're going to transfer to profit and loss summary accounts. Okay. So valuation of inventory in manufacturing. When a periodic inventory system is used in manufacturing, such as Fast Food Industries Private Limited, the three type of inventory must be valued using physical stock take. Mean you have to go and check, count the stock at the end of the accounting period, since you are using periodic. This is what I mean by periodic. Another one is perpetual. You don't have to do this. Yeah, you can directly determine the amount, the value of inventory from your record. You do the stock take to check whether there are missing or damages on the stock, whether it's tell you if your record or not to determine the actual amount, the amount that should be available there. Yeah. So the valuation of raw material inventory is relatively straightforward because it is very similar to the procedure used for inventory in a retail business. Yeah, in a retail business, the valuation of work in process and finished good with a complex inventory approach is more complex. So this is the issue relating to the valuation of manufacturing. So a manufacturing entity using a periodic inventory system must rely on the judgment of the accountant and production managers to estimate the value of ending work in process and finished good. When you go to the store, you check there are many items there. This is the finished good. This is WIP. How to determine the value? How to determine the value? So it requires special skill for the production manager as well as the accountants. Yeah, to determine the value, especially the finished good. And then the WIP, work in process. What is the value of that though is quite difficult. Yeah. So the limitation of the periodic inventory system, we must emphasize that only a small manufacturing entity use periodic inventory system. Big manufacturing, they use perpetual inventory system. Counting and pricing and ending inventory is time consuming. It takes few days to complete counting all your inventory. So it's not a good system for big company. Any error made with the estimate will have direct effect on the profit, yeah, and also your decision making. So this is the limitation of periodic. We did discuss that in detail in AK 111. Finally, about sustainable manufacturing, we are talking about sustainable manufacturing entity are concerned about sustainable of their operation. We are going to design the process, design the activities that can last longer, can ensure that business can operate at a very good, very environmental friendly, uh, reduce waste, reduce toxic, we apply recycling maybe. So that is all about manufacturing. Yeah, we use recycled product. So this is to ensure sustainability, reduce waste, reduce cost, recycling. All these are manufacturing. Reduction is related to waste minimization and must be considered in the design phase of the product. How to reduce waste? How to reduce waste? Reduction in wastage also involve minimizing the number of defective product in the manufacturing. Okay, reduce the number of scrap. Okay, reduce the number of return product from your customer. So you need to design, manufacture the product carefully. So remanufacturing involves dismantling product to recycle the item from the aftermarket of the product. So how are we going to recycle our our product, our output? I can see there are few electronic company, they did recycle their components, yeah, components to they reprocess the components, yeah, to as part of their sustainability program. As a summary, there are three ways in which costs are used by management for decision making. The nature of manufacturing operation, okay. The three manufacturing costs is direct material, direct labor, and factory overhead. Okay. So there are many ways to absorb costs. You're going to do this when you learn AK 211 with Dr. Nabrata. Okay. And there are differences in financial statement for retail and manufacturing entity. There are differences on that. And you must know how to prepare the cost of goods manufactured statement. Yeah, in your quiz one, I will ask you how to prepare the cost of goods manufactured statement and additional column if you want to use worksheet, but I'm not going to test you on that. And how we're going to ensure that our factory support the sustainability program to reduce waste, yeah, to ensure good quality product being produced also after the sales, yeah, after the product being used, are we going to recycle the product? So that's all about manufacturing. Any questions so far? Any questions so far? Any questions? No? I want every one of you to try the maybe the question number two, yeah. Number one, I'll just put it KIV first. Number two, number two. Inshallah, that one is correct. So please take this half an hour to try that questions. Okay, Charmaine, Charmaine, Devanshi, Abrar, Ali, Alia, Amal, Amina, Farial, Huda, Jana, Kara, Lela, Miguel, Michelle, Muhammad Rafiq, Mustafa, Navia, Priya, Rasha, Bukuima, Imu, Sanjana, Shay, Sharmin, Sriniti, Theopali, Zahdi. I want you to try these questions, yeah, to answer this question here. This one, the participation activity lecture one. I'm going to give mark for this, yeah. So I want there are 27 students who attempted the question. There should be more. You have 29 students here, so please answer these questions. uh, those who did not answer this question mean they didn't attend my lecture. Didn't attend my lecture. So I'm going to track who come to the lecture, who did not come to the lecture. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. If there is any question, can we stop now, or so you can have your own time to do all the exercises? Should we stop now? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Please try all the question and good luck. Looking forward to see you all next week, inshallah. Assalamualaikum. Have a good day.